We've been here for about a week. And it's been quite a profound experience, actually. It's felt like this weird sense of coming home to a place that I've never connected with, never really knew existed apart from a name, and didn't even know the location of the geography until a week ago when we were in Morocco. And it's like, oh, where are we flying to? And yet walking down the street, seeing people who look like me, who have similar values to me, similar kind of cultural heritage that's been, intrinsically passed down through my family. And then experiencing the feeling of being home, being around those people has been pretty interesting. And my family immigrants. And while I'm basically mixed because half my family is of British descent, the feeling of being in Australia and being, while it's a very egalitarian and very welcoming mixed culture, because there's so many cultures in Australia. I've said to friends before that Australia has no culture. Its only culture is the hot pot and the mix of all the other cultures that are there. Obviously, we have our Indigenous culture of our First Nations people. That's the true Australian culture of the location of Australia. But modern Australia is very different to that. So yeah, here I am in a very different location, in a very different country, but feeling at home here. And maybe that's just my mind playing tricks on me because enough people look like me that it's kind of like a feeling like a fake home. And I won't really know until I immerse myself more into the culture of the people and get to know the community more and build the relationship, I guess, with the country here. So that's pretty exciting for me. And it seems weird, but I was thinking about it today. It feels like a love at first sight feeling.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really curious. Oh shit, I'm happy to jump into this.
I know.
Yeah, it's there's no downside.
Worse than the YouTube channels.
Yeah. There's no downside to building up the time in relationship with this country, because for me it's I'm investing in something that's always been there. I just didn't know that it was there. It's pretty special. So yeah, I don't think I'd want to know less or want to have less relationship with Armenia in the future because it's family and it's ancestry. So it just feels like honoring ancestry, basically. So here I am. I noticed there's not much on YouTube about Armenia. And that's, my strategic mind starts ticking away immediately, thinking, great, that's a good opportunity for entering a particular niche. And I would love to showcase the food, the culture, the city of Yerevan, share the journey as I set up a business here, which seems crazy to be considering doing that immediately after being here for a week. But I'm interested to explore that and see what that looks like. Literally jumping in. It's super codependent, but I'm fine with that.
It's a country, what could go wrong?
Well, we'll see. I'll explore setting up business here. The potential opportunity is if there's talented labor at a really great rate cost-wise, and if we can find English-speaking, talented tech workers, it's a perfect place for me to establish an office for our European customers. So we'll see. And because this region can cover Hong Kong time, Philippines time, it covers that part of Asia that we don't cover with Australia. So that's nice. And with non-English speaking Asian countries, because if you think about Vietnamese, Malaysia, Thai, the English dialect is very hard to get right.
Yeah.
It's just because a lot of the Asian languages are just so different. Whereas a little bit of Russian, Eastern European type accent on English is very forgivable for Australian customers. And I assume for US-based customers as well, but yet to see how much of the US we would cover with the time zone here. We could probably get some of the Eastern time. If we had early mornings here, would cover some of the Eastern time for the US, which we're having trouble covering in the Philippines because it's literally the middle of the night.
Yeah, 9 p.m. here is 8 a.m. in the US.
Yeah. Not bad.
So, there is an American university here.
Notice.
It's literally called American Europe. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to connect.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get interned.
Yeah. So here we go, Armenia. Get ready for the journey. Pete's adventures in Armenia. Setting up business, setting up relationships, setting up the link to Australia. After watching a whole bunch of videos on YouTube and checking out the stories of some of the other creators has been really cool. People who've established businesses here, people who've brought life here, a couple of Australians, which is great. What's interesting to me is there's this big opportunity for the diaspora of Armenians all over the world, because 3/4 of Armenians are not here in Armenia, to invest in and help bring the country up and help support the country. And, you know, rescuer is like, yeah, I'm ready to like jump in and be the hero. That sounds great. But more so, like, you know, I'm a capitalist first and foremost. And so business opportunity here for me, and that's advantageous. And it happens to be a country that I care about and I love. Great. Awesome. That's a good fit for me. So stay tuned for the journey.